뭐야, 소생까지 남은 시간 1분 15초?
Hardman.
Administering shock. Stand clear.
오, 에피소드 8 하트맨.
Well, you certainly caught me with my pants down.
사망까지 20분
Glad you could
남았는데.
make it, Sam. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to alarm you, but I am what I am. Ah, please lay her down there.
10까지 오늘 갈 것 같은데? 충분히?
Still no sign of them.
You know your heart stops beating.
충분히 가지
It
않을까?
stops every 21 minutes.
충분할 것 같은데?
I spend 3 minutes on the beach and then return.
21분마다 정지한대, 심장.
60 deaths and 60 resurrections per day. 60 opportunities to search the beach for my departed family. This is how I live. This is my life. So, while you've traveled to and from the sea an impressive number of times, my beach count is a little higher. 218,549.
21만 8천?
I see myself in that crater. My wife and my child. It's like looking at the shape of my heart. The doctors called it myocardial cordiformia. Mine is an especially unusual case. I have pictures. Care to see Hartman's heart-shaped heart? No, you really should. It doesn't run in the family.
오,
You know, I
심장이
never came to
하트네?
terms with
그래서
their loss.
하트맨인가 봐.
In the days that followed, I became obsessed with an idea
하트.
that the beach is real and they
아니,
are
근데 그
on
하트가
it.
아닌데?
I would induce cardiac arrest
스펠링이 아까 보니까 그 하트가
3
아닌데.
minutes at a time and search for them day after day after day.
Also, you could say goodbye.
Quite the opposite. It is said that everyone's beach is different. So what if everyone's afterlife is different too? I find the thought terrifying, spending eternity alone, which is why I decided to find my family and make sure to move on with them.
You mean die with them?
If death would
뭐야?
see us reunited, then yes.
갑자기?
But the repeated cardiac arrests took their toll on my heart. The muscle gradually deformed. And
Is it
after a
the one,
while they started calling
Timing.
me the beach scientist. Hartman. I'm glad we could have this conversation. Oh. A body that doesn't necrotize. No sign of decomposition. It's as if she were still alive. The perfect mummy, an impeccable corpse.
What's wrong?
Where's the other thing we were supposed to bring? Ah, found it. Behold.
Wait, dead man.
It appears to be an umbilical cord. Human by the looks of it, I think. But this was no ordinary conduit between fetus and placenta. It looks more like a BT's tether. And this was Mama's? Yes. A body that doesn't necrotize and an umbilical cord connected to the beach. These are remarkable discoveries, Sam. Enough to set my sore heart racing.
5 minutes to cardiac arrest.
I apologize if our
진작에
conversation
얘기하다가
gets
갑자기
cut short.
무슨 뉴스를 주네?
I must go back to the beach and look for my wife and child.
따봉 엄청 하네.
One person, one beach. That's the rule. But I'm the exception. My beach is connected to others, as if it were the beneficiary of a coronary bypass. Maybe this twisted heart of mine made it possible. All I know is that I will find them. Even if my every visit raises new questions, I'll have my answers one day. One day.
3 minutes to cardiac arrest.
The battlefields. The endless wars you found yourself trapped in. Why do World War era soldiers wander the beach a century after they fell? Normally the souls of the dead move on. The beach is just a corridor, a place through which they pass on the way to the other side. But if regret, resentment, a fervent desire to remain, if these feelings are powerful enough, they may give rise to an altogether different beach, a collective purgatory for an army of the damned. Clifford Unger. His misery and hatred, combined with your BB acting as some sort of catalyst, have brought these battlefields to our world.
2 minutes to cardiac arrest. Please proceed to a safe location.
It's just a theory.
You think Higgs is pulling the strings? Pulling all their strings?
Ensure you are in a stable position.
I don't know. But evidence does suggest that Higgs brought them here.
1 minute remaining. Please hold on to something secure.
Oh, before I forget, I have a favor to ask.
Activating lab security measures.
Could you just relax until I come back? Time stops on the beach, but not in the scene. Rest assured, it'll only feel like 3 minutes to you. We'll continue this shortly.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
뭐야? 오케이. 아, 이거 100개짜리야? 뭐 또 있나? 오케이. 좋았어. 이거? 30. 따봉 19,000인데 나? 19,000? 몇 개 찾았지? 뭐야? 이거? 그렇지. 20개. 오케이. 처음부터. 다 이제 나머지는 좀 다 작네. 좋아요가. 오케이. 10. 뭐 또 없는데? 뭐가 있을까? 오. 오케이. 좋아 좋아. 10초 남았다. 끝났다.
Administering shock. Stand clear.
No luck. Visit 218,550. Oh, sorry. Where were we? I may be used to the 21-minute cycle, but for a first-time face-to-face meeting, there's just too much to cover in one go-around.
Can't be easy living like this.
Yes. And no. Now that I'm acclimated to it, it isn't especially, onerous. Defecation, pollution, nutrition. Most of life's basic functions fit rather easily into a 21-minute time slot. Sleep is the tricky one. And intercourse, I suppose. Verbal or physical. Not that someone in my position has to worry much about either. Do you read, Sam? Listen to music. Watch films? You know, I keep busy.
영화 짱 많아.
I have a collection of
너무 많아.
music, television shows, some very interesting short films, and stories. Everything consumable within a 21-minute window. All from before the Death Stranding,
1914년
of course.
단편이야.
But honestly, the 21 minutes I spend here, all downtime, nothing more. Time spent waiting to go back to the search. My body may be present, but my soul is on the beach. I'm already dead.
I know that feeling. Lost my family in an accident.
Well, I never expected you to open up to me. As it
주네
happens,
하트.
I've
그냥
read about your
막 주는데?
circumstances. I lost my family in an accident too. I was in the ICU having heart surgery, out of town, in the city. When it was clear that I was going to pull through, my wife took my daughter back to the house to collect some things for me. And then they were caught in the void outs. The city and the hospital were spared the worst, but the shockwave knocked out the power and my life support. I woke up on the beach.
해변이네. 해변에서 깨어났는데
The people who died in the two void outs were there.
다 좀비야.
What happened?
무슨 일이지?
What's going on?
하트다.
I saw my wife and my daughter in the procession. Hey! It's me! Where are you going? Wait! Don't leave without me! No! Don't go! Please, don't go! The ICU's backup generator kicked in, and I was brought back to life by the defibrillator. Exactly 21 minutes after my heart had stopped. And that was the last time I saw my family. It's my damned heart's fault that we were torn apart, but it's also the reason I'll see them again someday. It defines me. I am Hartman.
그래서 하트맨이구나.
Ever since, I've walked the beaches of others. I follow my family's footsteps for a while, and when I get tired, I return here to continue my research. It's funny though, even when my heart stops, the pain lingers. You have any family photographs, Sam?
가족 사진?
Pity.
5 minutes to cardiac arrest.
You mind telling me what I'm doing here before you go back to the beach?
Oh, of course. There's a Prepperome station in this area. Our scientists stationed there are researching material from before the Stranding.
내가 이제까지 온 데네.
What kind of material?
The Earth has a long memory. It's trying to tell a story, one that goes back to the very beginning, one that not even the Stranding could erase. The scientists are all colleagues of mine from the earlier expedition. I'd like you to bring them onto the chiral network. Amelie proposed we establish our research posts along
Heavy rain?
this belt. Despite a worldwide search, this is the
아니야,
only
이제
area
알았어.
known to contain fossils from the late
좀
Cretaceous
한지 좀
period,
됐지. 내가 별로 안 됐나?
when the dinosaurs died out. The assumption
복잡하게
being
와서.
that the last ones lived here
찾아봐야겠다.
and here alone. You see, hiding in the earth then are
알겠어.
memories of a major mass extinction.
그
Clues
비례하면 비 오는
that could
거밖에
tell us
생각이
how
안
to
나.
survive our predicament. Certainly, that was Amelie's hope as part of the advanced team when she assigned our backup team here.
아
The
맞네.
past informs the
깜빡하면
present and aids us in building
미래로
the
가는
future.
남자. 갑자기 책상
She was
열어가지고.
careful to impress that upon us before she
맞아.
went
그 아저씨, 그
west.
아저씨 기억나지?
3 minutes to cardiac arrest.
저 아저씨도 저런 장갑 꼈었나? 그 아저씨도?
I'm putting you on mute. Sometime
이상한
later, we
미래로
began
가가지고.
to observe unusual activity
컴퓨터
in the
컴퓨터 맨날
terminals
열어본
outside
아저씨
Edgenot
있어.
City.
헤비레인에. 맞아.
Vast quantities of tar began surfacing, spreading, consuming many of my colleagues, as well as a chiral way station. The whole incident defied explanation.
You think Higgs is to blame?
I don't know, but we needed that way station. It was essential to expanding the chiral network westward. That's why I'm asking you for your help in building a new one. It won't be much given the handful of equipment we've managed to scrape together. Nothing like the knot cities, that's for sure. But a knot is still a knot.
매듭은 매듭이야.
Sam, I want you to use the Cupid to put the scientists on the network, then go to Armory. Afterwards, we can get back to the important job of researching the deaths.
아이고 쓰러졌다. 시간 다 됐네. 시간 다 됐어. 소생까지 또 3분.
Don't worry about him, Sam. The air mat floor absorbs the impact. I'll unlock the door for you.
이제 명장면? 뭐지? 갑자기? 왜 20개 차감돼 왜? 갑자기? 오우씨 이렇게 지루함을 갑자기 웃음으로 달래주네.
Sam, you heard him. You can grab the order at a delivery terminal.
재밌었다.
Our ultimate objective in this region is to build a replacement for a way station that
방
was
한번
lost to the
하러 가야
tar.
되는데?
The first step is to put a shelter with our scientists on the chiral network. Now we don't know the first thing about Emily's status or what he
이제까지
is
한 것
up
중에
to.
제일 웃겼다.
That's a concern for us
등산하는
as
것보다
much as
이게
you.
제일 재밌다 여기.
But we won't know more until we get to Edgenot City. And that means connecting this region first.
이 지루함을 이렇게 행복하게 해주네.
You should start with the geologist and the paleontologist. The latter's holding something for the Evo-Devo biologist, so I recommend you
지질학자
save her for
갔다가
last.
고생물학자
That way you can
갔다가
finish a delivery
진화
and make
발생
up the final
생물학자,
site in one go.
지질학
Once all
고생생물학
three are on the grid, come back here.
세 개
Then we can
연결하고
get to work on the replacement for that lost way station.
돌아와서 카에라의 중동이 가기. 잠깐만. 근데 아까 방한복 뭐 안 가도 되나? 안 해도 되나 보네. 하지 뭐. 잠깐만. 지질학 그리고 고생물학 갑시다.
You've been tasked with delivering chiralium scrubbing agents to a geologist of ours. He's been exposed to dangerous levels of chiralium during his latest excavation, and is exhibiting all the associated symptoms. The strata he's dug into apparently contains a fossil beach dating back to the end of the Cretaceous period. Now I'm told that could be a significant discovery should it be confirmed. But we'll never know for sure if he can't decontaminate the site and carry on with his work.
고생물학자.
A paleontologist of ours needs an antimatter
지질학자
bomb for an
갔다가
important
고생물학자한테
excavation. Seems
들리면
the strata
될
he's
것 같은데?
attempting to reach is beneath a layer of
뭐가
tar,
나오겠지?
and he has no choice but to resort to drastic measures.
두 개
The
같이 한
bomb
번에
is
갔다
safely secured in its case, but if you're careless and break the damn thing, you know what'll happen. A geologist of ours has been studying fossils as part of his research into prehistoric extinction events. He's been out there conducting excavations for a while now and has begun to suffer the effects of chiral contamination. No doubt the result of excessive exposure to chiralium during the dig. Until the site is properly decontaminated, his work can't proceed. Nor will his health improve. So we need you to bring him some chiralium scrubbing agents.
카이랄리움 세척제?
Administering shock. Stand clear.
The stratum the team was investigating dates from the end of the Cretaceous period, the time of the infamous mass extinction, which brought the reign of the dinosaurs to a close, leaving small mammals to inherit the Earth. It's the most recent of the Big Five, and one of the largest mass extinctions the world has ever seen. In any event, our team found something truly remarkable. Can you guess what it was? A fossil beach. If that is indeed what it is, then he has made a tremendous discovery. Therefore, Sam, it is essential that you deliver those chiralium scrubbing agents as soon as possible.
One more thing, Sam. For this run, you'll be transporting an antimatter bomb. A Bridges paleontologist working on a dig says he needs it. Apparently, the fossils he wants to study are buried deep beneath tar, and the only way he can get to them is by blowing it wide open. Now, hopefully I don't need to tell you to be extra careful when handling high-yield explosives. But in case I do,
조심하라네.
make sure you keep that container in one piece.
오케이,
No matter
파손하면 안
what.
되고. 아, 이거 까다로운 거 좀 배송 좀 시키지 마. 어? 보온 패드.
Thermal pad.
아,
Indispensable
오케이.
gear for cold weather operations.
뭐 보온 패드
Especially
좋네.
useful when traversing snow-capped mountains.
슈트에 북착하라는데.
Sam, I'm sure you
야,
haven't
겁나
forgotten,
많은데?
but you need to be extremely careful with that antimatter bomb, especially when transporting it by a carrier or vehicle. Any irregularities should trigger an alarm. Don't ignore it.
뭐 이렇게 무거워. 그거 없나? 잠깐만, 이거 멜 수 있어 이거? 멜 수 있겠다. 오케이. 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 그리고 출발. 순서대로 갑시다. 어이, 아이고. 죽을라.
Order assigned.
8개랑 안티 메터보? 잘 맞지? 확인하고 가야지. 8개랑 여기 있다. 안티 메터보. 이게 제일 무겁네. 그러면 우선은 첫째로는 지질학자. 여기 갔다가 여기 이렇게 가면 되겠다.
Sam, so Hartman told you all about the lake. How the attack that created it changed his life forever?
아, 무전기
Not
메시지.
only did he lose his family, he very nearly lost himself. For 21 minutes, he was in a state of
좀 헤맸지.
cardiopulmonary
못
arrest.
봐가지고 제대로.
Under normal circumstances, he would have died. Therapeutic hypothermia saved his life. But the 21 minutes he spent on the other side had a lasting effect on him. Perhaps due to the shock, his Doom's abilities seem to have increased. And now he takes every opportunity to walk the beach in search of his family.
여기서 맞지?
Apologies, Sam. You came all this way to visit me, yet I neglected to give you a proper farewell. Do be careful out there. As I mentioned before, this region is rich in memories of death and extinction. It should come as no surprise that BTs are sighted here more frequently. Perhaps you recall the models in my lab? Their designs were all based on eyewitness accounts. Though I suppose they must have struck you as strange, considering the many times you've come face to face with the real McCoy.
손자국? 오케이. 뭐야? 회수 데드맨의 물건? 아, 이거 코트. 그래, 아까 코트 갈라 그랬는데 안 나왔잖아. 뭐 아까 코트랑 부주 챙겨서 마운틴 시티로 가져와 줄래? 그러는데 저는 대기. 오케이. 화이트하우스 뭐지? 아까 화이트하우스 나왔는데. 산의 아이야. 그리고 파워글로브를 잘 사용해. 아까 파워글로브 꼈잖아. 손가락에. 여기 계단 있네. 오케이. 오, 야야야야야야야야.
I'm sorry, Lou.
미안해. 미안. 오지마. 오지마.
Let's get this show.
누가 내 사다리 사용했다. 비벌 19912. 야야야야. 사다리를 잘 설치했어. 야야야야야. 큰일난다. 조심해. 근데 이제까지 터진 적은 없거든? 혹시 몰라, 또 터질 수가 있어.
What the worst?
굳이. 야야야야야야. 굳이 경험해보고 싶진 않은. 엄마가 뭐해? 그럼 어떻게 될까? 궁금은 하긴 하다. 어떨지. 뭐야? 아이도 떨어지네. 와, 저 꼭대기까지 가야 돼. 잘 가고 있나? 진짜 고난의 연속이다. 여기 진짜로. 꼭대기로 올라가면 이제 도착하거든? 떨어지네. 조심해.
You there. Bridges wants you.
신발 있나? 신발 닫아. 어디로 올라갔다니? 올라갈 수 있을까? 야, 저 맞으면 야 훅 가겠는데 저 돌? 낙석도 조심해야겠다.
Let's get this shit.
아니야, 물 아직 이따 먹자. 사다리 있나? 없겠지? 나 짐이 하나도 없는데. 없네.
It's all in the legs.
어떻게 올라갈까? 좀 있는 것 같은데 길? 없나? 이쪽 올라갈 수 있겠다. 이것도 올라갈 수 있을 것 같은데. 아, 모르겠다. 어디로 가야 될지. 왔습니다. 한번 쉬어. 한번 쉬고.
I need a drink.
뭐 마셔야겠다. 마시자. 한잔해. 난 여기가 제일 힘든 것 같은데 얘는 이거보다 더 힘든 데로 올라갔대. 어디로 올라갔대? 근데 뷰는 멋지다. 진짜. 뷰는 끝내줘. 언제 이런 산에 타보겠어. 인생을 살면서 언제 이런 산을 타봐. 게임에서라도 타봐야지. 배달하면서. 그것도 인생에서 이렇게 배달하면서 이런 산에 탈 일이 없잖아. 살짝 위험하다. 오. 그 박스 여기. 어우씨. 아, 이거 일자네 그냥. 설마 낭떠러지. 오. 그래. 잠깐만. 잠깐만. 그래. 일단 한번 쉬어. 한번 쉬면 저장되거든? 죽을 것 같대. 아니 가도 절로 가. 그래 울지마 울지마 울지마. 와 씨 죽을 뻔했네. 안 터졌으니까 됐어. 안 터졌으니까. 울지마 다 왔어. 소식 같지 않냐? 아 그래 미안해 다 왔어 다 왔어 너무 빡세. 신발 해야겠다. 신발.
All weapons will remain locked until departure.
안 터진 것만으로도 다행이다. 진짜.
Delivering cargo.
와, 씨, 겁나 빡세.
Sam Bridges. Oh, thank God for that.
이 자식이 괜찮은지 안 괜찮은지
I
한번
was worried you might
볼까?
not get here in time.
이 자식이
But then I've done nothing but worry. of
눈치가
late.
있는지 없는지.
I've been haunted by those visions you doom sufferers see. That end of days stuff. I put the nightmares down to fatigue. The possibility of chiral contamination never even occurred to me. It's just lucky we got it before the suicidal stage. Dying's not an option. My research is nowhere near complete. It's not just my
아니
life.
저 하나는
you're saving
적을걸?
here.
아까
It's
어디
my
한 군데
life's
더 갖다 줘.
work.
한번 확인해봐.
I started to wonder if I'd ever see these meds. I guess you really are good at what you do, huh? Thank you.
눈치가 없네. 눈치가 없네. 아씨, 화물 손상률 15%. 그렇게 많이 손상 안 됐네? 어? 다음 게 문제인데. 저 큰 게 좀 무겁거든? 저 큰 게 좀 무거워.
Oh, yes.
아, 부탁 그만해. 갈
If
게
you do the
많아.
honors.
부탁 좀 그만합시다. 응? 오케이. 또. 등반용 앵커 레벨이 맞다. 신발 바꿔야 돼 여러분들. 신발 다 썼거든. 그리고 우리가 갈 때는 저 밑에 6시 방이야.
And just like that, I'm part of the UCA, with access to a treasure trove of historical research materials. Studying this fossil beach should be a good deal easier now, assuming I can prove once and for all that that's what it is. Honestly, though, I'm just excited I can finally share these findings with everyone. Can you believe I found chiral deposits in strata dating back 65.5 million years? Evidence of an ancient death stranding.
Chiral matter has existed on Earth since long before the dawn of man.
인간 탄생
This
이전부터.
stratum is proof of that. Look at this, Sam. Do you see
갑자기
that black
지구과학
fissure there?
시간이네.
We believe this is the source of the Chiralian readings.
갑자기?
In the distant past, earthquakes caused
갑자기
frictional
지구과학
melting
시간이야.
along fault lines, producing layers of what is known as
슈도
pseudotaculite.
타킬라이트?
We call these layers fossil earthquakes.
지진 화석.
Extending the principle,
말이야.
our fissure here is what one might term a fossil beach. The presence of corellium in this of all strata cannot be a mere coincidence. It strongly suggests that beaches must have appeared during the Cretaceous Paleogene extinction event.
백악기
And not
대멸종
just that.
줬대.
The chiral network has recovered data suggesting that similar fossil beaches were discovered in strata corresponding to other extinction events too. That would seem to indicate the Big Five and all other major extinctions were accompanied by the appearance of beaches. In expanding the chiral network, you've helped us glimpse a pattern in these scattered points of data. You've furthered our individual research projects and ensured that it is only a matter of time before we recover all we have lost and solve every mystery that remains. But this is only the beginning. See this through, Sam, and there's no telling what we might learn.
Good work. New order available. Please access the...
잠깐만. 이거 앵커 좀 사놓고 사다리 또 왠지 필요할 것 같아요. 잠깐만. 그리고 부추가 레벨 3짜리가 있거든. 하나 있는데 하나 더 사고. 갑시다. 하나만 갖다 주면 돼. 오케이. 이제 여기서 어디지? 어디야? 어우씨, 엄청 머네. 여기 짚 라인 있거든. 이 짚 라인을 좀 편하게 가라고 다리까지 만들어놨어. 이거 계속 까먹어. 다리에 그거. 야야야, 뭐해. 저 다리 끼는 거 있잖아. 계속 까먹네.
Don't be afraid.
먹지 마. 다리 있구나. 이 다리를 다리를 건너서 건너야 돼. 이렇게 내려가면 안 돼? 건너서 내려가는 게 낫겠다. 건너서 내려가자. 와, 좋아요 봐봐. 28,000개야. 야야야야야야야야! 아씨. 야. 멈추질 않아. 아, 진짜. 아. 평소 아, 이렇게 터지네, 여러분들. 오케이. 터지는 거 한번 보고 싶어 가지고. 아, 저기서 멈추라니까 멈추질 않아. 아, 여기서부터네. 어찌나 잘 간다 했다. 어? 아, 근데 진짜 요번에 떨어지면 그냥 죽겠다. 체력이 많이 달아가지고. 이거 타볼까? 이거 어디 있나? 여기 갈 수 있을 것 같은데? 아, 못 가겠다. 너무 멀다. 저기서 아까 저기 옆에 그 줄이 있었거든? 이거 타고 아니, 가끔가다 얘가 그 자기의 걸음을 주체를 못할 때가 있어. 간다모 여기다 이렇게 멈추면 어디였지? 아, 이쪽. 안전하게. 야, 진짜 좀 있으면 터지나 보다. 아까 한 번 떨어졌는데 바로 터진 거 보면. 안전하게 가란 말이야. 야, 정신 차려. 정신 차려, 정신. 이쪽에 아까 줄이 있었는데. 아, 여기 밑에다. 아닌가? 아니, 좀 더 가서다. 아, 여기다, 여기. 아까 본 게 아닌가? 좀 더 가서인가? 이거 뭐지? 아니구나. 아까 본 게 뭐지? 어떻게 내려가냐? 다리가 이런 거 보면 돌아서 가야겠네. 아, 신발 벌써 다 달았어. 돌아서 한 바퀴 반 바퀴 돌아서 가면 딱 좀 평지겠지? 그림새가 평지 같지가 않은데. 내리막길이어야지 좀 편하게 가네. 아, 이거 손을 못 놓겠다, 야. 쓰러질까봐. 손을 못 놓겠다.
Keep on keeping up.
여기를 어떻게 내려가지? 아, 거의 다 왔다. 오케이, 거의 다 왔어. 이 정도면 괜찮은데? 이 정도면? 그치? 나쁘지 않을 것 같아. 천천히. 이 정도는 뭐. 강하다. 지질학자 메일 왔다. 카이랄 오염으로 인한 악몽. 아야. 뭐야? 등짝에. 필요한 것만 가져가자. 무겁다, 야. 무거우니까. 필요한 거. 버려. 아, 여기 잠깐만, 길도 왜 이래? 불안하다. 불안해. 여기, 표지판 여기 있다. 이쪽에서 이쪽까지만 가면 되거든. 돌아서. 너무 사다리 있으니까. 이거 좀 불안한. 잠깐만. 아, 길이 이 그지 같아. 왜 다? 나의 선택이 올바르길 제발. 일로 해가지고 내려가면 되겠다. 내리막. 오호. 진짜 손에 땀 난다. 저기 있다. 오케이. 내려가기 전에 한번 쉬어야겠다. 노래 또 슬픈 노래 나오네 또. 저기 밑에네. 빡세네. 오케이, 가져가세요. 잘 얼마나 파손됐을까? 그래도 나름 잘 배달했는데?
Much appreciated, friend. Thanks to you, we can finally move ahead with the dig. I swear, this place is bad enough without having to worry about getting asphyxiated.
어때?
But hey, what am I worried about? If you're hauling cargo this dangerous, you must know what you're doing.
아우 씨 B네. 아, 한번 터트려가지고 그런가?
You can set up the chiral network while I work.
오케이. 뚜뚜뚜따. 산소 마스크. 오케이. 레벨 2.
Anyway, as it turns out, Sam Bridges, I have a favor to ask. A local porter was on his way here with something very valuable, but dropped it en route. It's a 200-million-year-old ammonite, which looks, he says, almost as if it were still alive. He apparently stumbled across it in a boulder field, which had previously been hidden beneath a glacier, but that's not the half of it. The man claims this ammonite has an umbilical cord. An umbilical cord. Color me skeptical, but the specimen merits study, and I wasn't about to leave such delicate work to an amateur. So I asked him to carve out the whole surrounding chunk of rock and bring it here to me. Naturally, I wanted to compare it with contemporary specimens in the vicinity, which is why I had him excavate a number of those in addition to the one he told me about. But what does the dumb fuck go and do? He loses the whole shipment. Didn't even have the good sense to mark which container had the ammonite with the umbilical cord. The cargo was supposedly lost in the area to the southwest, where toxic gases have a tendency to build up. Old Mr. Reliable claims his cargo scanner is broken, and there's no way he can recover the shipment. But you could track it down. To protect you against the fumes, I'll provide you with an oxygen mask. Just to be safe. You can pick it up when you accept the order.
That fossil could represent an
이거 아까
epochal
갔다가
discovery.
또 가라고
While
했거든
there are
아까.
examples of viviparous
나가면
fish,
갑시다.
an ammonite with an umbilical cord is unheard of. And if it is indeed 200 million years old, it would also correspond with the end Triassic extinction, another one of the big five. Could the umbilical cord be connected to the beach? We must recover that cargo at all costs. It could provide a vital clue to the mechanisms underpinning the Death Stranding. We're so close. So very, very close to grasping the true nature of the phenomenon. Hurry, Sam. We cannot risk that ammonite being lost.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal for further information.
암모나이트 회수. 오케이.
We need
63kg
to
야.
track down some cargo that was lost
뭐 이렇게
en route
무거워.
and deliver it to our paleontologist friend. As you know, this shipment contained a 200-million-year-old ammonite, which looked almost alive, if the finder's account is to be believed. I won't even comment on the part about it having an umbilical cord. Look, maybe he's right, maybe he's wrong,
그렇지 암모나이트가
but it
바위니까.
merits further investigation regardless. Make sure you
저
collect the
회수해서
entire shipment
아까
so that we don't
한
miss
바퀴
anything
돌았거든?
by mistake. It's more work, but it's also the only
빡세겠구만.
way to make sure we recover that ammonite.
그거 찾아. 아 이거 계속 까먹어 이거. 산소 마스크.
An oxygen mask, huh? Good idea. It'll filtrate the air and keep you breathing normally.
산소 마스크랑 저
In addition to
스켈레톤.
protecting you from toxic gases, it'll also help to reduce fatigue from
보온
strenuous
패드도 할까?
activity, making it easier to... If it didn't have a limited battery life, I'd tell you to keep it on the whole time. But it does, so don't.
산소 마스크. 유독가스나 화산가스 이런데 필요하대. 하고 보온 패드 그리고 스피드. 뭐가 더 좋더라? 파워. 스피드. 오씨. 오 장난 아닌데. 착용하고 이거 계속 까먹어. 그러니까 거의 우주인인데? 오케이.
Order assigned.
오. 뭐야? 암모나이트 5개. 이쪽 갑니다.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
신발을 까먹었네. 신발 없나? 신발 있을 텐데. 아 신발이 없네. 갔다 오고 나서 바꾸자. 아, 신발 필요할 데가 없어. 야 근데 진짜 개꿀이야. 다 돼 있어. 꿀이긴 해. 편하네. 오케이, 땡큐. 편하긴 해. 이거 쉽게 보내준다고?
Keep on keeping on.
이따 갖다 주고 신발 하나 사자. 아 계속 까먹네.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. All weapons will remain locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
모르겠어. 어느 정도 남았는지 모르겠지. 25시간 플레이했거든? 26시간인가? 풀타임이? 25시간?
Keep on keeping on.
생각보다 가볍네. 되게 무거울 줄 알았는데. 오케이. 찾았지?
Let me see.
봐봐.
I have to see it.
찾은 게 아니야. 저 밑에 가니까 있던데 그냥.
My, it really is immaculately preserved. Uncannily even.
그러니까 인터넷 연결해서 본 게 많아. 다 돼 있어. 뭐 사다리라던가 이런 거 다 돼 있긴 한데 좀 첫날보다는 좀 많이 쉬워지긴 했지. 근데 왜 이렇게 오래 걸려? 편하긴 한데 그래도 오래 걸려. 뭐야? 볼케이노 오렌지 마스크색. 스킬인가?
Thanks for bringing in that lost shipment, Sam. And yes, it did indeed include an ammonite with a bona fide umbilical cord attached.
근데
Already
지구가
sent
많이
some images and
나오네.
a preliminary analysis to Hartman via the network. Interestingly, it seems the surrounding strata contain traces of tar, which lines up with one of his theories. Anyway, I know you only just brought this ammonite here, but I'd like you to deliver it to a colleague of mine, an Evo-Devo biologist. Lately, she's taken an interest in the tar, and I think she'd be eager to examine this particular specimen.
It's quite remarkable, and that's to your credit. To clarify, she has been studying how the tar may have influenced the development of various organisms. Accordingly, I would ask that you also recover the tar collectors deployed near her shelter and deliver them along with the ammonite. It would be too dangerous for her to attempt to retrieve them herself, which is why we must impose upon you. By aiding her research, we may yet inch closer to unraveling the secrets of the Stranding. We've already made so much progress with the data recovered by the network. With your continued help, I know we can accomplish even more.
Good work. New order available. Please act.
잠깐만. 타르 추출 장치 및 암모나이트 배송. 저게 들렸다 가라는 것 같은데?
You won't find what the Evo-Devo biologist needs there, Sam.
와,
Afraid you'll just
사막지구네.
have to collect the tar yourself. She initially deployed equipment for this very
산 넘어서
purpose
가야
near
되네.
BT hotspot. But after the weather took a turn for the worse, retrieving samples herself ceased to be an option. So it's up to you now to track down all the units and do what she couldn't. Oh, and one more thing. Don't forget to bring her that ammonite the paleontologist gave you. Proceed with the utmost caution, Sam. There's a lot of ways this could go wrong.
오케이. 신발 해야 돼. 신발이 있는데 다 쓴 건가? 신발이 이거 버리고. 오케이. 됐다. 갑시다. 이거 정렬 한번 하고 출발.
Order assigned.
4개를 수집하고 그리고 수집해서 저기 갖다 주는 것 같거든? 아까 여기서 여기서 수집하고 수집 먼저 하러 가자. 잠깐 뭐가 있을 거야. 가면 아마 적들이 좀 있지 않을까 느낌상. 애들이 좀 있을 것 같거든.
Keep on keeping on.
오른쪽.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
저 산을 또 넘어야 돼. 야, 저 오토바이 있다. 오토바이 타고 가자. 왜 오토바이가 있냐? 오토바이 타고 올라갈 수 있겠지? 좀 편하게? 오토바이 있지? 언덕까지만 올라가. 올라갈 것 같아. 이렇게 해서 이렇게 해서 이렇게 내려가면 되겠다. 쪽이 앞인데. 내려. 아니야, 내려.
Big heavy bag. Couldn't have made it this far without you.
하나가 어딨지? 하나, 둘, 셋, 3, 4, 1이 없네? 하나가 안 보이냐? 4 3 왜 하나가 없지? 하나 좀 하나가 안 보이네. 어디야? 아주 위에네. 되게 먼 것 같은데? 저쪽인가? 여기 모았어? 4개. 아, 4개가 맞구나. 어? 근데 표시 안 됐는데? 잠깐만. 잠깐만. 4개가 아닌가? 몇 개지? 하나. 타르 추출 장치가 든. 아, 타르 추출이구나. 아, 하나가 어딨지? 저기 있네. 표시 저기 있네. 저기 어디? 아, 저기는 내가 갈 텐데. 어디지? 여기 근처에 있을 텐데. 한번 돌아볼까? 있을까? 타르 추출 장치 같은 케이스 4개. 하나, 둘, 셋. 이건 분실화문이고. 하나가 어딨지? 이건가? 아, 여기 표시됐네? 어? 하도 답답하니까 알려주네. 내가 좀 찾을라 했더니만. 저기. 오토바이 어딨지? 걸어갈까? 걸어가자. 그냥. 배터리 다 썼네. 오메, 저 산을 또 어떻게 등반하고. 아예 안 없어지냐? 자꾸 오나 본데? 야야 어쩔 수 없어. 지금 가서 해줄게.
Scan. Scanning bridges ID. Fragile Express ID verified. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
I'm impressed, Sam. Not many people would have even attempted this. May I have a look? Not a scratch on it, and the tower inside is safe and secure. You do not disappoint, my friend. Now, connect me to the chiral network. That's where my studies will truly begin.
뭐야? 그레네이드 런처. 다음.
Thank you. It goes without saying, but I am convinced that the tar is related to the BTs and the Death Stranding. After all, both it and Timefall are the defining features of the post-Stranding ecosystem. Sudden environmental changes such as these invariably lead to the extinction of organisms that fail to adapt. Those that do adapt do so by virtue of enhancers, the regions of DNA that grant successful organisms their advantages. These genetic factors are the key to evolution. But there are genes which have the opposite effect, those which disadvantage organisms. Extinction factors, as they have been called. These are the seeds of advancement and obsolescence. Such factors may lie dormant within us all, a choice waiting to be made. For every being since the advent of life itself. If so, then ancient proof may hide deep within the tar.
오늘은 좀 약간
Evidence
지구과학
of these
얘기가 많이
genetic
나오네.
decisions that may aid us in navigating our current crossroads. In any event, thanks to you, I can now study the composition of the tar in greater detail. I'll make sure to share any interesting results with you later.
Well done, Sam. You furthered our research into the Death Stranding in ways you cannot imagine. Thank you again for bringing me Mama's body, as well as that ammonite. Speaking of which,
순간 또 마마 또
my
데려오라 하는 줄
analysis of
알았네.
its umbilical cord is proceeding apace. I've been
시겁시겁하다.
comparing the data against some of our restored archives. Anyway, would you mind returning to my lab?
다시
Preparations
돌아오라는데?
are finally complete for the Cairo relay integration. If you could collect the necessary materials for the restoration work and bring them here, I would be most grateful.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal.
하트맨
for further
연구실로
information.
돌아가세요. 여기서 아까 뭐 필요한 거 가지고 오라 했는데 짜잘한 거 해야 되나? 뭐야, 여기도 있네. 가보자 우선은. 이걸 어디다 쓸 데가 없나? 짚라인을. 또 가야 되네. 가자. 이쪽인가? 이쪽이다. 뒤로 가야 되고 여기를 건너서
Weapons restrictions lifted.
밑에서 저게 될까? 잠깐만. 저 밑에 저거 있거든? 짚라인? 저 위에도 있단 말이죠. 거리가 되나? 확인해볼까? 오이씨, 큰일 날 뻔했네. 됐으면 좋겠네. 제발. 오, 된다. 오, 된다. 그래, 이거지. 오케이. 고맙습니다. 하나고만. 아이고, 여기 차까지 있네. 잠깐만. 근데 차로는 좀 에바거든. 충전하는 데 없나? 슬픈 노래 나오네. 더 없나? 다리 끼는 거? 불편해 죽겠네. 아까 하나만 샀네. 응? 아, 필요할 데가 없어. 필요할 데가 다 온 것 같다. 다 왔다고 했다. 이 길은 좀 아닌 것 같아. 너무 낭떠러지. 그래서 저게 연결이나? 카이랄 네트워크는 사람 과거 모두를 연결한다. 다 죽어간다. 다 왔어, 다 왔어.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges. Keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on.
오케이, 다시 돌아왔고.